Kurumzari. Welcome to Finding the Voices. I am Monica Ingatam. Welcome to Finding the Voices. Today we have John M. Pame, singer, joining us from Qatar, Doha. It's been a long time that actually we have been planning for this episode, and finally today we could do it. So John, welcome to our show.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to see you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity.
So how about we start with your introduction, if you can share a little bit about your background, where you grew up, and how you got into the line of music and singing.
I grew up from a small town called Tamenglong. It's part of Manipur, and since my class 8, I left my hometown and studied in Imphal. And then from after I passed my 10th grade, I go to Delhi. And I studied there. From there, I started professionally doing my music course and started giving exams from Trinity College. And then meanwhile, I started teaching, and that's how I was more into music now. And then I started trying to go for international exams like Cambridge, and I started appearing for some international courses. And besides that, I planned to start a band for quite a long time. And finally, I started a band, and we are playing right now quite well. Yeah.
So you are doing music full-time. I thought you were doing music part-time, but you are doing music full-time.
Yeah, I'm doing music full-time, yeah. Yeah, I teach in a school in Qatar. I just joined Qatar just 3 months back. Before, I was teaching in an international school under Cambridge University. I was the part of the examiners for grade 10s and grade 12s. Then I changed my job, and now I'm in Qatar. I'm just doing my music here also, somehow.
Yeah, so how did you land up in Qatar, Doha?
The school had been asking me to join since 2012. And they have offered me in 2012. Then I thought, no, I want to start a band in Delhi. That's why I was looking for good musicians. And then I decided not to join them. And then they gave me an offer letter again in 2013. Then I thought, no, this is not still yet, because I just came back from Dubai and I want to start a band. And in 2013, I started a band. And my band first played in Hard Rock Cafe in March. That's when we started the band. So I could not join them, but in 2014 they keep calling, and then this year I thought, okay, at least they've been wanting me, and now I've formed the band, and the band had been playing quite well. So I thought at least the band will stand there. So even if I leave them, I can, as a vocalist, I can travel to them and I can give some set of leads. Then they practice, and I come back and join along with them. So I thought the band is stable. So I just leave the band there, and I came here just to see around the countries and to reach out more internationally.
Okay, awesome. So you are working full-time, teaching music to the students, and then you have your own band back in Delhi.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you teach to the students? What kind of music, and if you can share a little bit.
Actually, I started my music career. The instruments I started with a violin. I really love the sound, and I train a violin quite well. And I've been learning violin, and I learned a violin from a professor from US. His name is called Professor Harry Colby. So, and he used to train me. He used to send me books that really inspire me to play a violin. Since then, I came to Delhi, and then violin was little low there in Delhi. Hardly people play violin, and I need some sort of money that I can survive in Delhi. So I started going back to guitar. Guitars everybody plays in our hometown, and then I thought I'd go back to guitar. Then I give my exams again in guitar from rock schools. And after I finish my guitars, I give my exams in piano. And I've done my piano course also. And after then, I did my vocals. So basically, I train a student, like I see a student, whomever they want to sing, I train them in vocals. And whoever they want to play guitars, I train them in guitars. And I give them different chords and everything. And then after, when they learn it, I bring them together and trying to form a band in the schools. And that's what I'm planning to do. Yeah.
Okay, so you are specialized in the musical instrument of violin, piano, and guitar.
Yeah, and vocals. Yeah.
And vocal, of course. And so, like, based on the interest of the student, they will opt which musical instrument, and then once they have learned, then you try to get all of them for performance.
Yeah. So, we do some. I started putting some shows now. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So what is the age group you're teaching?
Actually, here also I teach from like 13 to 18, 13 years to 18 years till grade 12. So 17, 18, yeah.
The trend there in Qatar, like what kind of musical instrument does the youngster opt more? Is it guitar or is it piano, or which musical instrument do they opt more?
Yeah, we have different kinds of students, and it's like different from different countries. They come and they learn. So yeah, some students like violin, but mostly Indian people like from South India, they like keyboard. Basically, they play keyboard more and they're more into that type of music. But like some other countries, people like Koreans and other people, they like violins, and like Filipinos, they like singing. So yeah, different students, they have different kind of students. Yeah.
Okay, so I did see some video of you sharing some video of children singing in a church in Tamenglong. Were you a part of that?
No, that's my father. My father trained them,
really?
and he really liked music. Yeah.
I see. So your father, is that where your influence is coming from in terms of, your liking to music? Because it looks like if your father is already, in the church singing with kids, is that where you kind of got introduced to the world of music?
Yes. My father really appreciates that we do what we want to do in life. He is the first one who bought a keyboard, I think in all Tamenglong maybe.
Okay, so can you share a little bit about your growing up phase in Tamenglong?
Tamenglong time was like a kid. We used to play around. I used to have a band called the East Boys Band, and where we even have a live concert in that, I think grade 7 maybe. We sell the tickets and we have a concert also. And then the lights in the middle of the concert, the light will go off, and then we have to wait for the lights to come back. And it was in the auditorium of Tamenglong Auditorium. And we had a fun there also. But yeah, after that 8th grade, I left, so I had a good time again in fall. I stayed in Tauron. I studied in DAV. So another new friends, new people. So everywhere I go, I try to expose things, and new friends are there.
So what was the main reason that you had to leave Tamenglong?
My father wants us to be little different, like learn something different, not into our own town, see more, go and see some things bigger. So he sent my brother first when he finishes grade 8. After then, when I finished my grade, my father said he also go, and I think he have some hopes, some dreams, and some plan maybe. So he just tell us to go, and we just stayed there. We studied there, and and then he wants us to study in a public school, and he wants me to put in a public school. So he said DAV public school is a good school for you, so you go and study there. And that's where I started studying. Yeah.
Okay, so for more exposure, and you can go out and see the world and learn more, and not be kind of cooped into your town only.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's his
All
plan.
right. Yeah. How did you start your band, and which was the first song? If you can share about that.
Yeah. We started a band for competitions called Hard Rock Rising. It's basically they used to do in Hard Rock Cafe. So I decided that I should take part of that because I just want to start the band, and I've been looking for guitarists, and I get a good guitarist, and I look for a bassist, and I could found some bassists, and after finding out some good musicians in the town, we jammed for I think 3 days, and then we went and played at the Hard Rock Cafe. Since then, we started meeting up. We started playing music, and we thought we can do something better for basically for our people like Manipur or for the Northeast, more focus into music, and we can say that music can also do something big. That is always my dream, and I haven't achieved anything yet, but I always pray to God that He should allow me to do what I want to do, and being humbled and trying to get to the place where I really want to. That's my dream. So that's when I started, and then I thought, okay, then we need to get a contacts to like TV channels, because here like it's not no point being playing only in the local music scene, and you play there and you just have local people say, oh hi, hello, you are there, and you disappear again, and then you don't encourage the young generations to take music, because there's so many people who have done it and who have finished it, and nobody have created any histories, or nobody have created something or achieved something big. I'm not saying that I will definitely achieve, but at least I want to try my best to at least prove that music can do something big. So
Okay,
then
so you were not
yeah.
satisfied with, just playing in a cafe, and it was kind of becoming more routine, and you wanted to go beyond that.
Yes. Because see, there in the cafe, people will come and say, hi, hello, oh, it's nice playing. Then you go back home and you do the same things again. And then I thought it's not going to happen. Then I thought we'll shoot a video, and we went to, because the song that I wrote was Far Away. It's my personal stories. It's about someone that I really missed, and I thought I should start from some Northeast place where I can really relate to it. So we went to Nagaland, and we shot the first video. And after shooting the first video, and then the video took almost a year to edit. After then, the video was ready, and I talked to VH1. A girl's name called Ruth. She was very kind enough, and she really appreciated what we did. And she said, okay, fine, we can put out our songs on VH1. So that's how then we hit the TV channels nationally. Then I started contacting in Dubai. I started contacting this other TV station, and slowly things are turning up better. Though it was not that fast, it takes a little time. But yeah, I was patient and I was waiting. And then MTV in this mailed me saying that we want to play your songs. Then okay, fine. Then I just signed up some few papers and I give it to them, and they play our songs. And they even play our songs on MTV Top 10 in the month of April. Yeah, so it was honored, and I really appreciate like all those TV channels, all the media people who are trying to help us, because without them, see, we are nowhere. Like nobody can hear us. It's really encouraged me to keep doing, because of all the supports that people give me. Though it's not that excellent or it's not that good, but at least they are supporting us. They have a hopes on us, and I want to fulfill the hope that people have on me and my band. So that's one.
Yeah, no, it's a good growth, like starting it from scratch, and then forming a band, starting it from singing in a cafe, and then you kind of grew. And now I saw some updates from you that you have recently gone to Hornbill Festival and performed as a preview for your upcoming full album release. So tell us
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I am releasing my album on this 21st of December. And I have sent all the files, all the songs to iTunes and to all the music store now. And everything is ready. I've got the link back from all the stores, music store. And I shared this thing. And then I was sharing the link with the store link from iTunes on my Twitters, and even the iTunes people's like it. And then there are so many, like from UK, like some music companies, like 5-6 music companies on that night started following me. Like we have more than thousands and like lakhs and millions of followers. And I was like, it was like turning like something good. I know something's good to happen. Good is going to happen, but I know it's going to take time. And I don't know how, when it's released, I don't know how people will take it, because the way that I played music, the way that I do music is the way I want. I love the way I've been doing. So I don't know how many people will like the way I like it. But I want to be original. I want to have my own original way of doing things. Because there are so many like other bands like who are very famous, and if we copy them we will go nowhere. So the way we sing, the way we play music, how much skill I have, I just want to use it and just perform it the best that I can do. So the songs like I have debuted the songs in Hornbill called I'm Not a Ghost, and I'm waiting for the video to come in so that at least I could share before the album out. But I don't know, the person that took the videos, he said it's so the big is so file that we can't send it from Nagaland. And I just talked to him right now, and he says he's trying his best. But if it's that was a song like it's very simple. Like actually, I love Coldplay. They're very simple. Like they have only 4-piece member. They played very simple music, very melodious, and it's really touched everyone's hearts. Like it's very sweet. You can listen when you are down, or when you're happy, or when you're sleeping, or when you're driving. Like it suits for all the situations. So I really like the way they played music. So of course I look to them the way they play, and I try to use my own style by looking at the way they played. Yeah. So I'm very excited about this 21st of December. And
yeah. So how many songs are there in this album?
I have 7 songs.
7.
So yeah, so I tried to put up 8 songs, but I could not because it was a little tied up with some other concert, and I was.
Yeah, no, but 7 is excellent number to start with, and this is going to be your first album.
Yes, it's going to be your first album.
Yeah,
with
congratulations.
So much excitement.
Yeah, I know. It is very good timing that we could plan this interview just before your release.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
So what about the video for these songs? Do you have the videos for all the 7 songs?
No, I'm not. We don't have the video for the 7 song. We just had for Far Away, Cry, and From Now and Always.
All this is good, and all your hard work has kind of, is paying off, we could say right now, because it's a great achievement, after working for many years and coming up with your first album. So can you share some of the challenges you had?
Yeah, there are so many challenges. To be honest, I'm from like Jellingrong, and I belong from Tamanglong place, and but when I see my Facebook, like the lights, people follow me on my own page, I hardly see them like following me. But I see people from outside follow me more than our people. Like maybe like when even like small newspaper, like our own local newspaper, they know that we are doing something. Like when Rolling Stones are covering us, when the Times of India are covering us, Hindus Times are covering us. They don't even bother to, even when we approach them, they don't even bother to listen to us. Like I don't know why, what up to in their minds, but sometimes I feel discouraged. Like our own people.
So are you talking about the local media, as in media in Manipur?
not Manipur, my hometown, like Tamenglong.
Your
Like,
hometown
yeah,
itself.
yeah.
Okay, got
Manipur,
it.
see, Manipur, to be honest, like Manipur, that Infal times, then Manipur times, yeah.
Manipur time.
Yeah, Manipur times when it started, I see them like around 30,000 likes. When I started contacting them, I talked to them on the Facebook, and they really appreciate us. They really talk back to us nicely, and that's how they put up our songs that they say that they're going to air this. They publish us, and at least they support us. They from Imphal, from Manipur, like people really support us. Like, and then even Impact TV, that Pinky, she's like trying to help us to put up some songs in Manipur. But like I'm talking about our own town, district. Like they have some local people, like, and then local news, because it's I want, because my parents and other people who doesn't read English newspaper, or because sometimes that it doesn't reach to them, but I want them to read, I want them to see what we are doing. So at least I try to reach out to them, but I don't see any response from them. And by God grace, I had a holidays this uh, July. I went home and had an interview with this thing, the Telegraph. So the Telegraph newspaper reached to my hometown, Tamenglong district. So, and this Telegraph called me up and said that your interview is going to release this Sunday. So that means it will come to Tamenglong on Monday. So, and then finally I could just get the newspaper, get the paper, and show it to my father that this is what we are doing, at least from this newspaper, because they hardly use internet. They know what my songs are
Right.
playing on. Yeah, they don't care which TV channels we are playing. They just think that we're still like kids. We're trying to do something different. And I even invited my father for this Hornbill debut album concert. He planned to come, but he was not feeling well on that day. He decided to come, and we thought to meet it up, but he was not keeping well. So I said, okay, fine. So we didn't meet it up. Yeah, that's the hard things that we faced from our hometown. Even in when I was in Delhi, also, like people try to. It's very easy to criticize somebody. So like they will talk so many things, like good or bad. There's so many criticisms that I faces and I faced, but still I just believe and I just pray that I think things will turn out right, because whatever you are doing with your whole heart, honestly. You're not doing something wrong. Just trying, you have your dreams, and I have my dreams to achieve, and I'm just forgetting, ignoring all those things. Yeah, and I'm trying to move ahead. And see
So
if like
what kind of criticism do you get?
like
Is it on the content of your music, or
yeah, not like they say that, see, people like musicians will just finish. They are just some of my friends, brothers used to say, don't really appreciate and don't really just think that they're going to go big. You see so many musicians downfalling. They will also one day they'll give up and they'll just finish it. So all those things are there. Even when we perform it good, and people talk good about us. Like, and then they put up on Facebook, like on our ZSUD some pages, and then people will say, no, now only they're happening 1 after 2 years. Like there's so many people, they have finished it, so they're going to finish it. So this is what they talk about us, and they just think that we are just for time being, and we'll just finish it.
so what you're saying and what I'm getting is, like, I mean, particularly in our place and also I think in many other places in the whole world, music as a career seems to be not very acceptable. They feel that, okay, it cannot be sustainable. You are just doing it one song, two songs, but it's not going to go for long. So you don't get a very positive encouragement for you to pursue it full time and sustain yourself.
Yeah, it's like that. And also, I always tell even all my band members that, see, there will be always ups and downs financially. Like, even if we play for a big concert, they pay, let's say, around 50 to 1 lakh rupees, maybe. So, like, we jam, we travel, we spend so much time. So sometimes we get so many discouragement, because after all, we need to pay our bills and everything from what we are doing. So discouragements and all these things come.
People are, I guess, talking more about or asking about your sustenance, taking music to be your career, right? So are you able to sustain with all the performance and the teaching? Of course, I think the teaching is your continuous source of income, but if somebody has to pursue music from scratch, coming from a small town and, kind of growing like you, what would you share like about being able to sustain?
Right now, it is very difficult to sustain, to be honest, if it is in India. There are so many bands who have been traveling all over the world, having a big concert. I don't want to particularly name the band, but I know a few of the band. Like, I know them very well, and they also do sides by sides, like for their living. So I think it will take some time for India or for us to sustain from like all this concert, as until unless we don't do side work. So I tell like some young musicians who are they used to ask me like, you think I should take music as my career? And I say, of course you can take music as a career, but there will be so many problems, like so many difficulties that you're going to face, like financially, because it's not that it didn't give you such big income when you started. Like when I even started my teaching, I was like very low payment, like when I started teaching. So then it was like, but still I keep doing it, still I improve myself, and I try to prove, like, do that people should follow me. So I've been doing it, but honestly it will be a little difficult to survive just because with the concert and with this thing
Okay,
until
so
this. Yeah.
only the band and performance that would not pay your bills. So you definitely have to add on, doing some other jobs, like how you're doing your teaching, and so that you could do what you like and also sustain yourself.
Yeah, we need to do that. Or else like it's a little difficult for us. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But the point is, you're pursuing something you like, something you believe,
Yeah.
and, you're still very young, and this is just your first album. So you never know where you're going to end.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Like,
Okay. So, is there any other thing in your work which you want to talk about before I move on to the next section?
no, it's just that I just want to like appreciate, like, although like you've been asking about the young musicians, like I want them to like keep believing in themselves, because as long as you love and as long as you think that you can do it, I think we can do it. It's all happen in our belief and in our trust. When we think we can do it, then at least I think 50% we are almost done. So we just have to work on it. And I think they should not give up on their music if they really want to do it, but they should find some alternative ways of trying to encourage themselves and to be patient enough and to stay strong. That's I think that's the best thing that they can do as of now.
Mm-hmm. So the other question what I had was, what is your experience with, with the audience? I wanted you to talk a little bit about live performance.
Yes, to be honest, when we come up on stage, I always think like for me, like the person I want to give my best, because for some person it might be the first time who is seeing me, and for us for some person who it might be the last time that he's going to see me. So I try to give my best as much as I can, and I performed in this thing Orange Festival also in 2013. I really had a good time there also. Like it was like for me it was like my place, and then it was in None though. So I had a good time because they were able to connect with me, because I was singing some like old songs also, and they were like the older peoples are there. My seniors, like my principal, he was my principal, and he came down. He shook my hand and said, "Oh, it was a great performance. And I never expected you that you're going to come up with these things. I never expected that you're going to pull the crowd like this." And because like as child I was like little shy, sit at the back and like, but now as you are the front man, you are the main guy. Like you have to pull the crowd. So you just can't go and sing a song and then just go back. Oh, okay, hi, hello, and then. So you need to interact with them, and yeah, it's like I had a good time there in Nonne because I feel so good to be like honored by my own principals and like my peoples. Basically, I always want my peoples like to reach out to me and to connect with me, and then we can grow together and like and we can grow and we can build better. So like that was the good shows I had in Nonne. And even in Hornbill, like this year the crowd was not that big, but the crowd was like enjoying what we are doing. And so live performance is always good.
Awesome. Like both of us coming from a very conflicted place, and I think with your music, there is no barrier as such. We don't see a
Yes.
conflict in that. I think people have responded to your music, like you said, in many places in Manipur, including the hills and the valley, and then outside of Manipur where you have played. So what would be your message and what are your thoughts, with the conflict going on in our state?
I think we are all brothers and sisters of, and I just believe that whether it's a hills or whether it's a valley, for me I don't have any feeling like, because these are the people, like, to be honest, like in fall times, Manipur times, are the people who's been helping me, who's been trying to reach out to the world, giving their best. Like late night we even chat with all this from like Impact TV. Then we talk to them, they really appreciate, they really encourage. So I think we should be more open-minded, and we should see things like bigger, like not just living in the valley or living in the hills and trying to dig out all the mistakes what our seniors people are doing. Or instead of that, I think we can work together to bring a change. Like, or if they are doing like this, I think we should do like this. If the politicians are doing like this, I think we can do this way. I think until unless we are not together, unless we think that okay, this is hill, this is valley, I think there's nothing going to happen in Manipur. To be honest, like we we are not going to land up anywhere, because after all, we are considered as Manipur, all the places that we are living, and we should love, like, it's about, we need to support each other so that we can go very high, we can come up to like international level. If you are not supporting, if Manipur people, if Imphal Valley people are not supporting the hills people, or hills people are not supporting the Imphal peoples, we cannot go anywhere. It's like we need to join together. So that's why I don't
Yeah,
like, and that's why I don't like I don't really comment on when people are putting up all the things or anything, because I feel so good with everybody. Like everybody is so good to me. Like here, like even in Qatar also, like valley or in Fal or like hills or whatever. I mingle with everybody. I play my music, and I feel so close with everybody. So I don't know what really is happening, and I sometimes I feel so sad, and then yeah, and I want to share one of my experience during this tour. When I landed in Infal, I
tour
said,
in Hornbill,
yeah,
at Hornbill. Okay.
yeah. And then when I landed in the airport, and I call up Pinky, the Impact TV girls, and she said, you can't travel because there's a 48 hours flight. And the next day is my concert in Honda. Like, I was thinking, like, now how do I go? And I call up a guy, a friend, he have some connection with some police commandos. He had a good connection. I call him up and I said, I have to travel because I have a concert. And I came from Qatar just for this concert. And I can't miss
Mm-hmm.
this concert because of all these things that you're doing. I'm not saying that it's bad or it's not good or whatever it is. I know there are reason behind it. But you can't let that reason suffer everybody. Like coming from this far, traveling 5 days with all the dreams and all the things that you have planned and everything, you can't just let it like, no, you can't travel like that. it's very, this is not, I feel this is not fair for everybody. Like, then I said, no, whatever it is, I'm going to travel. Then I booked a taxi and we went, and then we were blocked. We said that you can't go from here. They burned a tire, and all the tire were burned on the street. They put stones on the street, and they said they cannot go. Then I call up some of the people that I know. I have some contacts with some Manipur like ministers and something like that. So I call them up and I say, I have to travel and I have to go because I came just for this purpose. So, and then they call up to these people who are doing all the ban and everything, and they say that, okay, allow him to go. So I went there and I could perform it. But what I mean to say is, because see, whether it's Hill or whether it's Valley or whatever, because I'm honest to my heart and I try to give my best to the people, I'm not doing anything wrong. So I just want people to do something. We can come and negotiate some things that we can make a better place so that everybody can love to come into Manipur, love to come in. We are not secure. Like every day there's a ban, there's a curfew, and then you wake up and say, no, we can't go back to your place where you have to go back. Like from Tamenglong, sometimes they say there's no bus going, there's no taxi going, there's no car going because of ban. So it's like, it's really difficult for us to survive. Like we are unpredictable.
Right, and at the end, like you're saying, it's the public people, the civilian people who has been suffering, and it's been forever. It's not like, I think I have been seeing this scenario ever since I was born. Yes. We all grew up with this, and it has not changed. But also, I believe that, like, people like you who is sharing about this experience, there are a lot of other people who believes in the unity, integration, and wants to live peacefully. And I think the media covers only the conflict. So
yes,
I feel that there are a lot of other stories like yours, and many other. And my attempt for finding the voices is to share those voices so that people know that, oh, there are people beyond the conflict and beyond all the buns and burning and, like you said, yes, there are issues, there are causes, but the violence, I think, is really affecting everybody, and we need to come up with peaceful way, integrating all of us and progressing, like, having some progress in our society. Because now with what we are seeing, or at least what the media is portraying, we are going backward.
Yes, we're going very backward, and I feel so sad. And I don't know how we have to deal with this, but I really feel very, very sad about this, because it's like sometimes if you have 3 days holidays and you want to go home, you want to just go and see your parents, and still there's so many things that like you can't go back. You book your flight and you can't even reach back to the airport. So like you don't know what is going to happen. So
there is a lot of insecurity and there is no freedom.
Yes. So it's like very, very, very sad. Like I feel so bad about these things. I want people that I think ban and all these things will not solve the issue. What I feel is, I don't know how true it is, but I think we should stop doing these things. Like it's only troubling us, like the public, because there's so many people who wants to, like, they came for exams and all. There's so many things. I've seen so many things that happen with my friends and everybody. So I think we should find out some ways that we can negotiate things other than putting up bans and everything. And I think the media, yes, as you told, the media should like put all those bad things, like all these things, in the third page or in the last page, and put all the good news on the first page and second page. Because when we put the bad thing on the first page, the attention of people are more into it. So they keep reading, and they started selling their newspapers or magazines or whatever. Like they are just doing a business. So I think we should also understand all these things. What as a public, as we need to raise.
Right. So you're absolutely right. I mean, like you said, yes, there is conflict. We all agree that there is conflict, but there are also a lot of good things people are doing. There are a lot of people who
Yes.
believe in the unity, like what you're saying, like, you are from Tamenglong, but it's not like people in Imphal have, I mean, they have supported your work. So there is unity in that, and there is no
Yes.
discrimination in that. So I think we need to bring out more stories which outshines, I guess, the media.
Yeah.
And
We
we
need to
need
do
more
that.
voices. Yeah, we
Yes.
need more voices like
Yes.
yours and many other to show that,
Yeah.
hey, you guys are talking about the divide, but there are a lot of us who don't believe in the divide.
Yeah.
There will be problems, there will be issues, but you can always find a way, in a peaceful way, to negotiate and come up with a solution. But we have
Mm.
to continue living together and bring progress to our beautiful land.
Yeah, that's true. That we need to do it, and we need to put more good news and all those things on the front page rather than putting on like at the
Right,
back
right.
page.
And
That
then people will be like, oh my God, we have
yeah,
been missing all this good news, and how are these people doing the good stuff? And maybe they
yeah,
will, leave all the other things and they will concentrate more on the good news.
yeah. They should do
Excellent.
that.
So yeah, I'm so happy to talk to you and also
Same here.
share your dream and belief of, creating something good and positive for our society.
Mm.
I do wish you good luck and, many more music to come. And I love your music. I've seen like your, at least two of your videos. I like the
Mm.
composition. I like that you have put different musical instruments, because I did see the violin and I was like, because I didn't know you played violin. So I was like, how did he do this,
Yeah,
So yeah, excellent, and I'm sure you will make it to the top. And I'm very happy to hear that a lot of other international companies are also reaching out to you.
yeah. Thanks for having me. Yeah,
Yeah, no problem.
it's
So
been it's been honored. Yeah.
I don't know how much you know about Finding the Voices, but of the little just wanted to get a little bit of feedback and comments, and what you would want us to add or remove, because this is a platform which I created for all of you.
No, I seen so many things that you are doing, like you covering up from like I see like doing interviews in the villages and trying to put, and then some NGOs things that you're covering up, and then you're trying to put up like the Hughes like Armstrong thing. You're trying to cover everything, like you're trying to make it happen, and I'm very glad that you're trying to do something for our people. And I want like it should reach out to all our people, basically like first to our Manipur, because see, they need to see that we are doing. They need to see that we are trying to do something for our people. Instead of criticizing, or instead of not, it's from this place, I don't want, and then instead of that, they will just go and see other medias or other things, big thing. But from small thing, I think we should appreciate it, and we should started sharing the works that you're doing, the works that I'm doing, or the works others are doing, and try to bring it up and try to build it up. And I honestly, I'm very happy with what you're doing. I always like see all the things like when you update it, I used to say, and like covering and fall also, and then all the traditional things also, and everything. Like you're trying to put everything and trying to reach out all the Manipur thing like to international levels and trying to bring some changes. And I think you should keep doing this. And it's so good that our peoples and all our own peoples are trying to do all these things to reach out internationally. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So I think one of the things which I have found it challenging, and I'm going to ask you for help, is me being from a Meitei background, my networking is more people in the Meitei community. So it is right that many people have given comments that, I cover only Meitei people and I'm ignoring the others. I'm not ignoring. I do want to cover. It's just that I don't know, like, who in your community should I be covering? What are they doing? So I would like to extend my welcome to you and also to your community, and help me in bringing voices. And because for me, this is the platform for us, right? Because
yes, that's true.
I believe that the very concept of me doing this in English, I want to have a global audience. And now YouTube and internet is very powerful. So when people want to research about somebody, I believe that Finding the Voice, the platform, is helping, other bigger channels to do research, and they know that, oh, okay, this person has spoken or has shared the story, so they know about it. So I believe that that has a very important role in us trying to highlight, voices and people of our place. So yeah, please do help me and let me know who I can highlight, from your side, because I wouldn't know like people at your end. And like, I do this part-time and I do this in the belief that, we would bring positivity in our land.
Yeah, surely I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time today. And we will be in touch, and with your work progressing, I'm sure that I'm going to invite you back to share more about upcoming albums and your performance and your music traveling all over the world. Okay, yan nangyari ka.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.